Sports Show. Time to talk about soccer, boys. You know we love the world game footy. I know you boys like your Aussie footy, but let's get on to the world game. The Modbury Jets, mate. The Aussie. 32 now, down to the Sweet 16. So we thought we'd better find out what's going on with this club. So we got the coach in, Maurice, Natale, the captain, Jess Francesca. Thanks for coming in, boys. Let's start with you, Maurice. You took the job, mate, when things hadn't been all that good at the Jets. And 2 years, mate, you've got them into the Sweet 16. So firstly, congrats on that. But my question is, were you convinced to take the job straight away, or did you find that it started to fit you more as you were in the system?
No, it took a bit of convincing to get me across the line in the first place. But in the end, Jeff McCormick, the chairman of the club, said all the right things. And it was a challenge, and I'm up for a challenge. So, yeah, and don't regret it, not for 1 second. It's been fantastic.
Jess, coach goes out, new coach comes in, mate. Obviously the record says he's outstanding. What's been the biggest change, do you think, that he's brought to the club?
He just set standards from as soon as he came in. He had a goal, and as a club we moved forward straight away, and he just sets the standards, whether it's training, games or whatever. It's always about winning and setting a mentality that the club should have.
Mate, he sits here, he looks pretty relaxed, mate. He's been through this, 25 years of coaching. Is he like that on game day? Let me take you back to last week's game, mate. When they kicked the first goal, you guys eventually crushed them. You know, 5 goals, well done to you. But first goal, mate, does he strike you as the calm bloke that he is now?
He has his moments, but yeah, like every other coach, like you want the best for your players, and obviously once you go down, it's not good. But we found our feet, and then
There's still a fair bit of work to do, isn't there? I mean, you're in a really good spot here right now. We're top of the ladder. Last year, were we close? We were
2 points off promotion.
Promotion.
Yeah.
That's right. So that was your first year?
Yeah, the first year there.
You're in a position right now where you're top of the ladder. You're in that last 16. We just mentioned that. Everything's going beautifully, but there's work. Now the real work starts, doesn't it? I mean, this is fantastic, but gee whiz, last 16, that's big, that's massive.
No, you're spot on. There's a lot of hard work ahead of us, and we're all very, very well aware of that.
Yeah.
So, in fact, now we've probably upped the ante in the last 2-3 weeks. So training's become a little bit sharper. Spots have become a little bit harder to get. Everyone's back fully fit. So we're in a good area.
How much pressure does it put on you playing the Australian Cup, and you're going through the last 16, which is absolutely fantastic, beating Armidale last week, but also need to balance your state league commitments as well. I mean, I heard you had fantastic support against Armidale, which was absolutely brilliant for your side playing away. So that was wonderful. But you've got to balance the two.
Yeah, look, you have to manage the loads. You have to manage the recovery. It's all about games now, so you haven't got a lot of training to do. But in saying that, we've done the hard work pre-season, early season, so now we're in a good area. You know, we know what's expected now, which is the matter of going out and performing.
It's interesting when you talk about you know what you're expecting. There's a part that you don't know. You don't know who you play next, so it's kind of that sit and wait. And then, so what's the focus? Obviously, you're focusing on yourself, which is in some ways a really good thing. But at some stage, you want to know who you're playing.
No, look, I do my homework. So I did a fair bit of homework on Armidale before we went there, so we knew what to expect. All the games now are on MPL TV, so you get to watch them closely. We analyse them. We know what we're going to do. We know how we're going to set up, and then you've just got to trust your team to go through the process and stick to what we believe. So,
who are the teams now in the last? Who are the big teams now in the last 16 that you might have to come up against?
Oh well, none of the A-League teams have played yet.
Yeah.
So they're yet to play. So you've got
so it could be any one
you've got any one of those.
Yeah.
Then you've got teams like Betley Greens and those big clubs, big clubs in New South Wales. The Victorian clubs, MPL clubs, are pretty strong.
Yeah.
They've got a fairly good backing, and they'll be all the teams now will be difficult.
Do you play at home, or it's always pretty much on the road from now on?
So the thing is, if we draw an A-League club, we play home automatically.
Oh wow, that's great.
So that no matter who gets drawn first, you've got a home game. That would be ideal from a club point of view.
So what if you draw a Bentley Green?
Well, if you get drawn first, you're home. If you get drawn second, you're away. And that means we've got to travel again. I know the players want to travel.
Did you enjoy travelling last time?
Oh yeah, it was. You just like
all your mates.
It's
fantastic.
As a whole group, like it's fantastic to bond as well on a trip, and like you act like professionals when you go there. You have your team meetings, your meals, go for a stretch, and then you play the game. It's just the whole atmosphere of it is pretty good.
5-2.
The big change in the team from last year to this year, the McKay Brothers come in, and I think we need to talk a little bit about them because these two lads could have gone anywhere. You know, they could have gone anywhere, yet they chose to come to Modbury Jets. How did you draw them? What was the sell to get them to you?
I got to know Hamish and Liam a few years back when I was involved with the Adelaide United youth setup with Paul Pezos as the head coach, and we struck a good relationship back then. From there, they changed clubs. They went from Blue Eagles, they went to Campbelltown, back to Blue Eagles, but no joy. It was the game for them had become stale. It had become something they didn't really want to do anymore. So I just happened to have a chat with them one day and explain what we were doing at Modbury, the direction we were going, the style we were playing, and how it would suit them. And then they're close to home, which was a big factor as well. Most other clubs outbid us when it came to wages, but they decided, no, we want to start enjoying our soccer again and be in a club where we think we can really contribute.
I went on your site, your site's absolutely fantastic, where you've got some teams. I know you're at the top of the tree, and it's important to keep the standard. But you've got a lot of junior sides looking up to you guys, both great women's teams and men's as well. So that must be so exciting for the club.
Absolutely, and we've got sponsors. We've got new sponsors coming on board now. They want to sniff of this. The council's behind us. Tetry Gully Council's right behind us. It's just great for the whole area. It's great for the state, but for us in the local area, it's just fantastic. The kids came out. Apparently, a couple of the teams actually came out to the club room and watched the game live on the screen. We had about 100, hundreds or so people in the club room. It's just gives everyone that new energy, and anything's possible. Makes you think.
Absolutely.
Anything's possible.
So how's the playing group finding it, mate? Because there is some momentum now. With momentum comes expectation. We're in the 16, and it's not. We don't want to just be in the 16 now. We want to impact in there.
I think it's just mainly just enjoying the process and enjoying how we're getting there. We're playing the right soccer, and we're not forgetting what we have to do. There's heaps of hard work to go. But we're just trying to enjoy it as much as we can because it might not ever come again. So I think all the players are excited and ready to take on this new challenge.
They didn't bring an answer. He didn't give us not one game at a time.
Not one game.
Not one game. Well done, Jess. That was outstanding, mate. We have to get you blokes back. I really appreciate you coming in, guys. It's a really exciting time for Modbury, and everybody's starting to jump on board. Like you say, it's infectious, so we wait for the next adventure, and hopefully we get
South Australia.
Absolutely right. Modbury Jets. You're sitting at home, you need to get on their website, go down and find out where the next game is. Certainly want to get into the Sweet 16 and see what they're doing there. Stay with us. Still a bit more to come.